Post by u/cross52. Needless to say, the area I lived in when I was younger had no shortage of entitled people to go with it. Now I'm not saying it's filled to the brim with these types of people, but you'd be surprised if you didn't encounter one if you were over there. This story took place when I, 21M, was around 16. I have a younger stepsister, who I'll just refer to as my sister since we're as close as blood siblings. She was around 9 when this happened, she's 14 now. This happened while my mother and stepfather, who I'll just refer to as my dad since again, close as real father and son, were visiting some distant relatives, and me and my sister, I'll just call her Mel for the sake of simplicity, were staying with my grandpa, mom's dad, during that time. So, school was over for the day, so I went to go pick up Mel. Grandpa called and told me he's not home, since he was over helping a friend build a playhouse, if that's what you call it, for their grandkid. I told him not to worry, and asked if I could take Mel to the mall, and that we could meet up there since his friend didn't live too far from there. He said sure, and just told me to be careful. So I took Mel there, and we had a lot of fun. We went to a bunch of places, gaming stores, toy shops, ice cream, etc. Eventually, Mel decided that she wanted to go play at the in-mall playground. So I took her there, and told her to have fun, and that if she needed me or anything to just shout my name, or my nickname, I guess. If you didn't know, I have a nickname everyone refers to me by. Cross. Still use it to this day, in fact. She nodded and went off to play with the other kids. I went over to a nearby bench and sat down and started playing on my phone. I made sure to constantly glance over at Mel just to make sure she's okay and that she didn't get hurt or anything. At one point, I was approached by someone. "Cross, is that you?" I turned over and to my surprise, it was one of my best friends from high school, Zoe. She sat down next to me and asked how everything was going. I told her everything was good, I was just taking my sister out to the mall. She giggled and said that was really sweet of me, and that I'm a really good big brother. We kept talking for a bit, about life was going, school, family, all that, until at one point I heard an ear-piercing screech. Cross. I immediately turned over, and saw this kid, who looked like he was 11 or something, with one of his arms around my sister and the other shoved up her fucking shirt. I suppose that caused my overprotective brother mode to activate, or whatever you call it, because I rushed over there with Zoe following behind, and I immediately wrestled my sister away from that little shit. He got pissed and tried to grab for my sister, but I swatted his hand away. Keep in mind, I didn't even really hit this kid, I just motioned my hand for him to go away, if that makes sense. This didn't sit well with creepy kid, let's call him CK, and he placed himself on the ground, like literally, he didn't fall over or anything, he quite literally sat and laid back on the ground, and started kicking his legs up in the air and crying and screaming. Meanwhile, me and Zoe are trying to calm my sobbing sister. Well, it's as if the CK scream was some sort of forbidden incantation, because his entitled mombi showed up looking like she was about to rip someone's face off.
Who the fuck made my baby cry?
Jesus Christ. If looks could kill, this woman would be in jail for mass murder. CK, it was them, mommy. They're taking my girlfriend from me. She spun her head to look at me, and then stomped over.
You. What the hell did you do to my kid?
Me, good question. Let me get back to you on that. I really just wanted to comfort my sister, I couldn't be asked to deal with this crazy lady.
Don't ignore me, you little crap, you did something to my baby. What did you do?
I just rolled my eyes. Clearly, confrontation with this woman is inevitable. Me, saving my sister. Is that a crime?
He was just playing. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Zoe, sexual harassment qualifies as playing.
Sexual harassment? Don't exaggerate. He's just a kid. He wasn't sexually harassing anyone.
Me, he had his hand under my sister's shirt. What the fuck did you teach this kid?
How dare you? Are you telling me how to parent my child?
Me, no, but I think someone should, since you clearly aren't really good at it. That sent her into a rage and she started shouting obscenities and other unintelligible nonsense. During this whole shit show, one of the adults in the play area must have called security because they came over here, eventually.
Security, okay, everyone just calm down now. What happened here?
Me, well, you see. Obviously, Mombi cuts me off.
This little crap hit my child and then swore at me. Then he tried to grab my butt.
Jesus Christ. Her kid being a little creep was already bad enough.
Security, son, is this true?
Me, no. Her kid stuck his hand under my sister's shirt. I was trying to protect her.
Zoe, I can vouch for that. He didn't lay a hand on her or her kid. Fucking little liars. Your parents must have done a shit job of raising if you're gonna lie to a security guard.
I wish I had said this to her, but at least my parents didn't raise me to sexually harass people.
Security, ma'am, please calm down.
Calm down? He tried to hit my child. He tried to grab my butt. Aren't you listening?
Me, I did not. Ask everyone around here, they saw the whole thing happen, and I'm pretty sure the story wouldn't include me grabbing anyone's butt. Sure enough, the people who saw the ordeal confirmed my story, and even mentioned who the entitled mom screamed and shouted at me.
Security, okay, miss, everyone is saying that you initiated this whole situation, not to mention your kid was doing something that qualifies as sexual harassment. You got an explanation for this?
Lies. They attacked me. They attacked my child.
Security, then why is everyone here saying otherwise?
They're just lying to get me in trouble.
Me, why would they do that? Obviously couldn't come up with a good reason. So we just ignored her, and went to comfort Mel again, with him shouting that she won't leave until she gets an apology. Around this time, is when my grandpa called and told he's outside the entrance to the mall, which is where the playground is. I told him I was near the playground and to come immediately because something bad is going down. He hung up the phone and entered the mall. I noticed him and waved him over. Keep in mind, my grandpa does not take any shit from anyone. He's a real tough dude, and won't stand for any family getting hurt. When he got over, he asked what happened.
Grandpa, Cross, what happened?
Me, well, you see this crazy. The probably noticing my grandpa, thinking he was like my dad or something probably, came over.
Is this little shit your son? I'll have you know that he...
Grandpa, don't talk about my grandson like that.
That got to shut up pretty fast. Grandpa asked me what happened, and I basically brought him up to speed on the whole shebang. That got him pretty riled up, as he thinks of Mel like his granddaughter too.
Grandpa, so, do you often let your kid feel up little girls?
My kid did nothing of that sort.
Security, the poor soul, trying to defuse the entire situation. Can we all just calm down? Look, we can just look at the security cameras, which admittedly I should have done at first, and if it shows that your kid really did do that stuff, you'll be asked to leave.
My boy did nothing wrong. Zoe, he sexually harassed a little girl. Oh, stop with this sexual harassment bullshit. He's a kid. He didn't know any better.
Grandpa, and that's why it's your job to make sure he does know better, but it seems you failed in that regard. That incited more screaming, to which the security guard told her to shut up or he'll throw her out without looking at the footage. That seemed to do the trick, so he went to view the security tapes. When he checked them, lo and behold, my story is corroborated. Didn't like that, I'm afraid.
This isn't fair. I demand he apologize for hitting my son, and for trying to grab my butt. Zoe, why would Cross want to grab your butt? I'm pretty sure he has better taste in women than you.
She called Zoe a bitch and said that she's so beautiful, she wouldn't be surprised if anyone tried to grab her butt. WTF.
Security, okay, that's it. We've already seen that your story is bogus, so either you leave, or we'll have the police haul your ass out for disturbance of the peace and harassment.
Stamped her feet, but left as she was told, but shouting that she'll never come back. Like anyone cares, LOL. After that whole ordeal, we left, dropped Zoe off on the way back, and went home. My grandpa said he was sorry for not showing up sooner. I told him it wasn't his fault. We ordered a pizza and then just sat down and watched a movie on Netflix. My sister was a bit weary around boys after that, but she eventually got over it and now it's just a funny memory we like to laugh at. So yeah, hope you enjoyed my first EP story on here, and I may have more to share, so look out for those, I guess. Peace. TLDR, creepy kid stuck his hand under my sister's shirt, Mamba gets pissed that we told him off, Grandpa and security tell her she's in the wrong, gets thrown out. Post by you/leading cheap, I got pepper sprayed. This happened a while ago and I'm still trying to wrap my head around what happened. Put your seatbelts on, you're in for a ride. I'm a 16-year-old, who since lockdown has been very lazy. I live near some bush with a path that runs along a river. Very nice area and is very popular. I had been eating a lot of lollies and cake, so I decided to get my fat ass up and to go for a run. It was like midday, and it was hot, so running was really hard and I was sweating like a pig. I have this thing where if I go for a run when it's hot I tend to vomit, not seriously but just little pukes as I run. Today, especially after eating so much crap, I was feeling extra sick. As I ran I could feel a sick sensation in my stomach and I knew I was going to puke. As I am not a dick, I went a little of the track to puke in a bush. This is when EP, entitled parent, comes with a small dog and a young kid. This is a summary of the encounter. Excuse me, young man. She looked like one of those women from those witch movies, and she was scary. What the hell are you doing? I said, oh sorry, I just needed to vomit, no need to worry. It's really hot and this happens when I get too hot. I thought this woman had a heart and was seeing if I was okay, boy was I wrong. EP, you know this is a public area, maybe you should hold it in. That is disgusting and I don't want my kids seeing you puke. Please hold it in so the public doesn't see you, disgusting pig. I was kinda pissed off at this point. I'm sorry, I can't hold it in, I'm off the track and I am not hurting anyone, so please leave me alone. EP, F*********, you kids are so disrespectful. I don't want to see you vomit, I'm going to call the police as you are disturbing the public. Please stop. You can just walk past, please just leave me alone. At this point I was angry, scared and I just wanted to go. I still felt sick and I knew I was going to vomit any second, but I really didn't want this lady to call the police on me. I started to walk past her when she grabbed me. You stay and wait for the police. She started to call the police. I needed to vomit so bad, I tried to move away from this crazy lazy lady, but she grabbed me by my hair. I have longish hair for a guy. At this point I was like stuff, it so vomited all over the ground, some getting on her dog and her, the poor kid, who at this point was sitting and playing with some flowers. The lady screamed. The dog didn't mind and was licking the vomit and the kid just sat there, oblivious to the whole situation. The lady, still screaming, pulled out her self-defense pepper spray and sprayed me in the eyes with it. The pain was unbearable and I collapsed crying and clutching my eyes. A saint of a man who was walking by saw me crying and this lady with pepper spray, and immediately put two and two together, running over to grab the pepper spray, and make this lady lie down while checking me to see if I was okay. I didn't see or really remember what happened next, but the police was called and this lady was arrested. The bystander stayed with me the whole time and even went to the hospital with me. My parents were away. The aftermath. The EP got arrested and got jail time. The EP husband, a super nice bloke, came to my house to personally apologize and got me a game for my Xbox as an apology gift. The bystander's family and my family became pretty good friends, and I became very good friend with his daughter who was my age. We are dating now. I didn't have serious damage to my eyes, but I need glasses for reading now, which sucks. The whole ordeal was so weird, but I did make new friends out of it, so ick if it was that bad. Anyway, sorry about the weird writing style, but I had to tell the world about me random EP story. Smiley face. TLDR, pepper sprayed me for vomiting. Update, thanks so much for the response. To clear up some questions. She went to a detention center for 18 months with chance of parole. My mom wanted to sue her, but I ended up not, as it would affect the EP's husband and family, and they were so nice to me. The husband is getting a divorce, but for some personal reasons he is waiting until she leaves prison to do so. Me and my girlfriend are still together and I hang out with her and her little sister, who I have become besties with. This sound like a crazy made-up story, but unfortunately it's not. Thanks for all the support, and all these funny and heartfelt comments mean a lot. PS, I got Red Dead 2 and I am loving it. Smiley face.